So you know that Colorado's elections are regularly audited for accuracy and security. And in Mesa County, where Clerk Peters cast doubt on the election results and is now under investigation for breaching the voting system, they have recounted last year's election results. And they say the Dominion voting machines counted the results accurately. They've been audited twice, even counted by hand. Politics guy Marshall Zellinger shows us why we may not want our elections counted by hand.
After the November election in Mesa County, which was counted by Dominion voting machines, the county commissioners audited the results. First, they had the ballots counted by hand. Then the ballot images were run through Clear Ballot counting machines, which look similar to this video from Clear Ballot's website. Clear Ballot, by the way, is one of Dominion's competitors.
Is there any reason Mesa County needs to do away with Dominion?
Absolutely not. The forensic audit showed that the Dominion system counted accurately. The hand count showed that the Dominion system counted accurately, and now the Clear Ballot tabulation showed that the Dominion system tabulated accurately.
Former Republican Secretary of State Wayne Williams oversaw the Mesa County election instead of Tina Peters. He also oversaw the two audits. In one ballot issue, Proposition 120, out of 52,000 votes cast, Dominion and Clear Ballot counted 4 votes differently. The hand count had 9 votes counted different than Dominion and 13 votes different than Clear Ballot.
The hand count is less accurate than a machine count. There were times that we would go back and have a different team hand count the same ballots, and they would come up with a different result that required us then to take a look at it more closely.
This type of audit is important because there's a bill to change how Colorado runs elections. Republican State Representative Ron Hanks, who's also running for U.S. Senate, has a bill at the Capitol to have Colorado count all elections by hand in 24 hours.
There are members of your own party that are calling for hand counting elections with results known by the next day. Is that the way to go?
It is impossible to hand count elections in a large jurisdiction and have results known the next day. There does not need to be a drastic change to how Colorado conducts elections. There are certainly improvements that can and should be made.
Those ideas Williams just referenced are not about counting, but rather process when voters should be taken off the voter rolls and not sent ballots. Kyle, the cost of these two audits combined, $100,000 to tell Mesa County residents what they already knew.
So obviously we don't ever want the votes to be off by one, but we also know, anybody who remembers, hanging Chad from Florida, looking at it like this, knows that sometimes it's difficult to discern what the voter wants. So what happens when you end up with a race where they say, yeah, this is probably off by 1 or 2?
That shows accuracy, that you have some human error when you're looking at what did they intend to do. But if we get into a margin of error, like if it's to a point where it's a drastic difference or it's within that margin of error where there's an automatic recount, then you get into issues like now we got to go very closely, run them through the machines again, look at them by hand again, and that could get a little bit. This is just showing, like, if you're 4 off, if you have this service or this service, you're satisfied with what you got.
Marshall, thank you.